Hey guys, how are you today? We are back with the OBS Suburban, the GMT400. Mine is a 99, but generally they're 88 to 98. 99 is kind of a middle year form. Today we're going to be upgrading the rear door speakers. Now these speakers are different to do than the front speakers, and I'll show you why. Taking the door panel out is easier on these though. We're just going to need a 7mm socket, and I put it on a little extension. And there's going to be 2 bolts in the door. And we're going to take these bolts out. This will be a fairly easy process. There's going to be a few things you might need to buy on Amazon or that will help the install. I'll link them down below. They're affiliate links, so it'll cost you the same either way, but if you do click them, it supports the channel. So if I was helpful, you could use my links. If not, you can just Google these things and find them on Amazon for yourself. We got our 2 bolts out. This is the size of the bolts here. If you can see, they're like 2 inches long. Next, we're going to take this plastic surround panel out, and what I've found that works best is getting in instead of trying to come from the outside and pry. So I'll come from the inside here and kind of pull out like that. So that side's out. Now let's get in here, get that side out, and that's how I get those out. And these little pry tools come in handy for them. These are the Pittsburgh pry tools from Harbor Freight. They come in a pack. I think it's like 12 bucks for like 4 of these things in different lengths, and they have like the nice fork down on them. It's pretty cool. But now you are ready to get the door panel off. All you got to do now is you're going to pull the little, the little plastic screws out of the little plastic holes in the door. And on the rear doors here, it seems to be like, it's almost like it feels like you're breaking the door. Like they're on there pretty well. So I'm gonna, instead of using a plastic pry tool, I'm gonna use an actual metal pry tool. If these have never been taken out before, they are in there. Like it feels wrong, but it's right. It feels wrong, but trust me, it's right. Okay, now we're gonna lift it away, and there's gonna be some harnesses connected here. This is the light harness that came out. And we got 2 harnesses on the back side here. I'm gonna rotate this door panel so it's easier to get to them. And the window control harness is out. So now I can show you the speaker is in the door itself. On the front, the speaker is in here. So this will create somewhat of a unique situation for us, but this is very easy to overcome, and I'll show you how. And I don't want you to think that this is harder than it is. This is actually a really easy process. So what I'm going to do is take some flathead screwdrivers or just those pry tools, whatever it is, and these little gray clips that are on the speakers. So if you push those out, you could even just use your thumb, really. You push these out, that's going to release the grill on this side, the speaker grill. There we go. Just get all those out of there. Okay. Now the grill is off. Now let's flip this around. The speaker is actually held on by these plastic kind of clips that you'd find on like the plastic under the hood. Now look at this. It's just clips like this that hold the factory speaker in. So when we replace the speaker, we're going to make it a lot more sturdy, and I'm going to show you how. So we're going to get all this off. All these clips. Boom. This is going to come out. Now this is just kind of like flimsy plastic. You could mount a speaker to this and it should be all right, but we're going to reinforce it just because. So here is our speaker we're using. These are some old like dirty Alpine Type E's, but they work. And I'm going to put these in here, right? So this is where the speaker's going. And on the back, I'll flip this over so you can see. Now to reinforce this, we're going to give this a backing to screw into to make a solid mounting surface. And that is where these come in. Now, you can cut these with a jigsaw yourself out of MDF if you wanted to, but I found these on Amazon, a 4-pack of these 6.5-inch speed rings or whatever they're called. I'll link these down below for like 10 bucks maybe. And so you're just going to take these and you're going to set it on here. Now you're going to have to do a little bit of custom fabrication due to this right here, which means we're just going to sand a little part of this off, and then it's going to sit in there nice and even. This isn't the proper way to do this, but I'm just going to use this bench grinder. You can see the brown on it because I used it from the last one. And I just know that my hole needs to be like right about there. I need to cut out a little divot. And if we look at this, it's pretty dang close. We have these plastic things. The other side did not have these. I'm going to get a razor blade real quick. Actually, I'm going to use a multi-tool. And there's these like raised fins here. I'm just going to kind of cut through those. Just like that. That's all we need. Just take that little fin off there. And now this should fit pretty well. Yeah, it does. And all we did was we just cut a little notch out of the top here to sit underneath this little ashtray holder right there. So now when we screw this speaker in from the front, all those screws are going to go into the MDF and pinch it real tight to that door panel and get a good seal there. One more thing we're going to do is we're going to use some foam like we did on the other speakers on the front. If you didn't watch the front speaker video and you need to change your front speakers, I made a whole video about how to do that. So we're going to take some foam and we're going to put it around here. It's about a 2 millimeter thick foam. It's adhesive on one side and it's just going to stick to the bottom of our speaker here. And then when it's all foamed up, it's just like basically creating a better seal with the mating surface, where no air is able to escape out, where sound can escape out, where all the sound will be directed outwards into the car, which is what you want. Now, something else I learned from doing the other side is I'm going to use a little bit of double-sided 3M just mounting tape here. I'm going to get a few little pieces of it, like an inch long. I'm going to put one up here on this side, like that. And then I'll put one on the side or something over here. And all that's going to do is going to keep this, this MDF backer ring in place as we screw the speaker in. So I'm just going to do that because it's kind of hard to hold it from both sides and screw and hold this in the same spot while you screw it in. So this will just keep it where it needs to be, basically. And the holes on your speaker, these big holes right here on the Type E, line up right with these 4 holes. Like, you don't have to do any kind of drilling other than what you've already done. So like that will fit perfect in there. All right, so that speaker is in. It is tightened in with that MDF, like, so it's got a really solid mating surface there. It ain't going anywhere. And we have one more thing to do, and I'll link this down below as well. On the back of the speaker is our leads here, and this is a handy little harness that is, I think it's a Symetra 724568. I'll link this down below as well. But this is going to give us our 2 leads that plug into the speaker, and then this plugs into the factory plug on the car. So you don't have to splice into anything, you just plug this right into the truck, and I'll show you here in a second. But for now, we're going to put these on here. One's small and one's big. It's like hard to miss. One's negative, one's positive. And you're going to get those on there. You want it to be like snug. You want it to be kind of difficult to get on there. That's a good thing. Now we can go put our door panel back on. We're going to slip our grill into here. You can do some cleanup in here if you want. There's the rear of the speaker, there's the front of the speaker. You can barely tell unless you look straight on and you can see it's an Alpine speaker. I'll link these down below as well. You do have to be somewhat cognizant of the mounting depth in this scenario because there is like a crossbar right behind the speaker. But with the right mounting depth, you'll be fine. These are Alpine Type E coaxials. I'll link them down below as well. Let's go put these back in. Okay, so this is where the speaker goes. If you can see the window motor. If you can see the window motor is right there. So this speaker is going to have the magnet's going to fit right in there, and it works with the Alpine Type E's. So if you remember this plug right here, this is the plug that we put on the speaker for the factory adapter, and this is the factory speaker plug. Watch this. Boom, magic. Plugged in and it's good to go. Plug in our window harness. Hold on, it looks like this piece of MDF is messing a little bit with the window harness. I'm going to trim a little bit off. Hold on, with the multi-tool. Okay, apparently I didn't hit record on the last clip. I used my multi-tool, one of these oscillating tools, and as you could see, the window plug wasn't quite going in. The MDF was like maybe a 1/4 inch blocking it. So I just used this and zapped it off. You could also use sandpaper if you don't have an oscillating tool, and just grind it down until the window plug fits in there. So yeah, I just want to make this video because I didn't see anybody else showing how to do the rear door speakers on these. So I figured that'd be kind of a valuable thing because they are a lot different than doing the front speakers. Granted, you use the same size speaker, but it's a different install process than the front. And again, I'll link everything down below. It'll be affiliate links, so if you do click it, I do get a commission from it. It's not very much, but it costs you the same either way, so if you appreciated the video, you could use the links. If not, you can just search them on Amazon and see if you can find them. But the links do make it easier to find the stuff. If you made it this far and the video was helpful, hit the thumbs up button. Any comments you have, any questions you have, leave them in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you, or I can make a separate video about whatever. If it's a popular question about this stuff, I can make a separate video about it. You can also subscribe to the channel if you're into like old GM stuff. I do a lot of like old Chevy trucks. I got Camaros, Trans-Ams, Toyota pickup, Escalade, old Mercedes, old Lexus, stuff like that. A lot of generally older cars that I do stuff on and show you how to work on them. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Bye.